Alrighty, as we get to the third match of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Tournament that's going to be taking place on Monday Night Raw, we have the ultimate upset. The guy that pulled off the biggest shocker in the WWE's World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, that is Kalisto going up against Alberto Del Rio. Honestly, Kalisto beating Ryback and the fact that he beat him clean was definitely the one thing that this tournament needed to show that honestly it wasn't going to be going down especially the way that everyone thought it was going to be going down. Definitely, when WWE said they were going to be having so many spots in the tournament and holding first-round matches on Monday Night Raw, I think that they really watered down the tournament, especially with having guys like Kalisto and Titus O'Neil inside of the tournament. But Kalisto pulling out a move and getting a win over Ryback is definitely a big boost to Kalisto's career. Definitely a big boost to the Matadors. Well, he's not in the Matadors, Steven. You're an idiot. The Lucha Dragons. And, WWE just left Mexico during the Mexican tour before the European tour. And that is when they hit the emergency button and bring back Alberto Del Rio because of the fact that they advertised for the fact that Undertaker was going to be making appearances on this tour. And still at the end of the day, it wasn't the biggest Mexican tour that they've ever done. With the fact that Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio had left, WWE really hadn't built a big Mexican star in a long time. And, in Mexico, there's lots of Mexican wrestling organizations, and WWE might be the biggest show in town. But, when you have AAA and other organizations running down in Mexico, so often, WWE to be coming down and, trying to get everybody's money isn't always going to be taking place, because one of the local organizations who runs more often is possibly going to be able to having a bigger or better show before or after or even during the same time that you're there. So I know that you're really going to try to make sure that the Mexican tour next time they go down there is going to mean a lot more. Whether that means Kalisto is going to be splitting off and becoming his own sort of guy, and maybe Sin Cara is going to start picking up some wins to help out the Lucha Dragons. It is what it is. I mean, Sin Cara hasn't gotten a win since basically they let Sin Cara's real guy Mystico leave, and then they started having Hunico play Sin Cara, and he came out and he got the big win over Alberto Del Rio. Besides the fact that in NXT the Lucha Dragons became the tag champs, they haven't really been blowing the doors off of anybody. I think they wrestled at this year's WrestleMania pre-show. Honestly, I could be wrong if they did, but that means they probably picked up some win around WrestleMania time. But with this match, Alberto Del Rio going up Kalisto. I know that Kalisto pulled off the upset in the first victory, but there's no doubt in my mind that that first round victory is going to go away. The Cinderella story of Kalisto is going to have to end. Alberto Del Rio moving on and taking on Roman Reigns in the in the third round, which would be the semifinals, makes a lot more sense to me. That way, when you look at the way Roman Reigns is being built towards the tournament final and winning the championship, Roman Reigns beats the Giant, one of the longer statesmen in WWE that's been there for the longest time. He beats Cesaro, one of the best wrestlers. He beats your United States champion, and then more than likely beats Kevin Owens, your Intercontinental champion, in the end. I think that Del Rio, even though the fact that he wasn't talked about in this much, he needs to get this victory so that way it builds steam behind him. That way when he gets to TLC against John Cena, this is the guy that's taken his championship, got the wins that needed to go. That way when Cena comes back and he wants that championship back, it looks like this is a hot guy to go up against him.